As you can see, it is egg season, so let's make mayonnaise. So I'm the type of person that when I use mayonnaise, I do not use it sparingly. So for me to maintain a healthy diet, I need to make it at home. Now I know it can be a little bit intimidating to make mayonnaise, and believe me, the first time that I did, it did not go well. But with a little bit of patience and practice, you will have it perfected in no time. The first thing that we need is 2 eggs. You're only gonna need the egg yolk, but do not throw out the egg whites because you can use those in so many different ways. You can eat them just by themselves or add them to recipes. So I'm gonna get just that egg white out of there and just the yolk. Also, do not throw away the shells. You can use those in your garden, with your flowers or your vegetables. Just mix it into the dirt and it just gives nutrients, calcium, to the dirt. So let's get the egg white out. Okay, get that over there. I'm gonna wash my hands. We have our egg yolks. The next part is a little bit tricky. I am gonna use a hand mixer like this. You can use a whisk, but get ready for your arm to be sore the next day. I think possibly you could use a stand mixer. I don't have one. So I'm using a hand mixer. What I'm looking for, I'm gonna mix these egg yolks for 2 to 3 minutes. And what I'm looking for is for them to turn pale in color, also to be a little bit fluffy and to get just a little bit more volume. Not like doubled in size, but just a little bit more volume, and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so if you can't see, they've gotten very thick. They are a very pale yellow, which they started out orange. And so whenever it's like this, that's when it's about ready. Okay, and you're gonna wonder if it's ready, if they are whipped enough, and just if it's pale and it's starting to, whenever you move it around, it almost has like a ribbon kind of texture, it's ready. Now to this, we are gonna add 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard. And then we are going to mix it for 1 minute more. So now is an even trickier part when we're going to add the oil. I am going to use olive oil. You can use any oil. I don't recommend canola oil, but you can use that. I would like to try to use avocado oil. I have not used that in making this. I always use olive oil. So we are gonna add in total 2 cups of oil. Now you're gonna wanna add this, I'm starting with half of a cup because we are gonna add it very slowly. You want it to emulsify. If you dump it all in, it's not gonna work. So let's start slow and we'll just turn on our mixer and add, and you'll see how it starts to change. All right, that went really well. This is what it's looking like so far. It's very thick. I'm gonna go ahead and add another half of a cup of olive oil. Now you might want to make sure that you have light olive oil. You don't really want a really bold tasting olive oil unless you really like that flavor. If you like that flavor, then go for it. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the next half of a cup, and I'm gonna do it slowly. All right, so at this point, I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of distilled white vinegar. And this just kind of loosens it up a little bit because it's really thick at this point. So this is going to just smooth it out a little bit. And then I'm going to get another half of a cup of olive oil ready to go. So I love olive oil. I use that and butter for cooking most of the time. I have quit using canola oil or any type of seed oil. So let me start to pour Pour this one in slow too. You never just want to dump it all in. Okay, one more half of a cup and we will be to the full 2 cups of oil. It seems like a lot, but mayonnaise it's mostly oil. And it still amazes me that when you whip oil and egg yolks together, you come up with this. It is so crazy and delicious. So let me pour this in. Now that all of our oil is combined with the egg yolks, we're going to season our mayonnaise. Now I am going to use a lemon. I'm going to use a whole lemon because I really like the flavor of lemon. And it just gives it like a tangy, just deliciousness. It's really good. And I'm going to use the whole lemon. If you get any seeds in there, just scoop them out. I mean, it's mostly my family that's going to be eating this mayonnaise. Get those seeds out of there. You can do like this too and just catch the seeds as they come through. Okay, that's 1 whole lemon. Now I'm going to add about 6 tablespoons of distilled white vinegar. You could also use white wine vinegar if you prefer that flavor. I'm going to pour it in slow and kind of just mix as I go. Okay, now we're going to salt it to taste. I'm going to use, let me grab a spoon. It's probably about a teaspoon of salt. Sea salt, whatever salt you like. Also, instead of the vinegar, you could use pickle juice. That's another way you could go, which I think sounds delicious too. And that's all. We have mayonnaise. All right, let me show you guys the final product. It gets really pale with all of the vinegar in it. It's just a nice thick mayonnaise. It looks delicious. And of course you can't make anything without trying it, so let's have a taste. Yes, that turned out really good. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you in the next video.